Hey everybody, Dirili here, and welcome to Reine Des Fleurs. We are just starting this game out, and this game is in Japanese only, but I have a translator, so we've been working together to try to make this as entertaining a translation as possible and try to maintain the spirit of the game still, and, you know, the basic meanings of things that are happening. I don't really know how accurate we're going. I'm sure that we're going to be making plenty of mistakes, so please don't nitpick with the translations. Like I said, I'm sure we're going to have plenty of mistakes in it. So please forgive me for that. And plus, this game has a lot of French terms in it, and I know nothing about French, so I have no idea how most of these words are supposed to be pronounced probably, and probably the Japanese pronunciation of these French words aren't really going to help me too much either. So you're gonna have to expect some discrepancies in there. But, yeah, I'm also gonna be relying on the official website and some other reviews for certain information and such. And some translations I know are not direct translations, but I wanted to make the sentences sound more flowery. I wanted to try to make the characters try to speak a certain way to go with their character. So, you know, I changed some of the sentences to make it sound more like that's something they would say. And I think I've got most of them to still be the same basic meaning still, just in a way that they would say it. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I do that right. And also, we're just starting this out. This is a new arrangement for us, so it's going to take us a little time to get used to it. I want to try to release a 15-minute episode every day. This is going to be my new morning release once Code Realize finishes, which is going to be Tuesday. So the Reine Des Fleurs will be my morning releases starting Wednesday. But like I said, we're still getting used to the schedule, so we may miss an episode here and there, unfortunately, and I hate to do that because I like to keep things as regular as possible. But, you know, stuff happens, and you know, I can't fault somebody who has their own life, and I also am taking on a lot of things, and these translations really take a lot of work because I have to, you know, do the subtitles and everything. So yeah, it's a lot of work that I'm putting into this. And I hate the fact that it's 15 minutes instead of 30, but I really would be spending like every waking moment just trying to keep up. Actually, I might just be spending every waking moment trying to keep up with just a 15-minute episode a day. We'll see. I mean, if I get used to it, then it'll be great. But the way it is right now, it's going to be very difficult. So I hope that I'm able to do a decent job here and that some of you out there will enjoy this. I don't know how much of this is going to go on. It depends on if you all are enjoying it much. There's actually 40 bad endings to this game, and I'm not going to do all the bad endings because that's just a little too much to ask of my translator, I think. And there's so many other titles that I really want to play. But yeah, I've heard quite a bit of bad things about that story-wise with this game. You know, I don't always trust in everybody else's reviews. I've liked quite a few things that other people haven't. So some of you out there might feel the same way. We'll see what you all think of it and see how it goes along the way. I'll get at least a couple people's endings. I think I'm probably going to go with, I really like Leon and Gislan at least. I definitely really want to do those two, if nothing else. Yep, I welcome any comments. I'd like to see what you all think of this as it goes on. It's going to take a little while, of course, to get through the intro and everything, especially since we're only doing 15-minute episodes. And I'm sorry for all this talking I've done in the beginning. I just wanted you all to be prepared for what's coming. So, yeah, I think that's all the babbling I have to do for the moment. Now we'll actually get into the game. So, you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. In the beginning, the world was filled with water. God saw the beautiful blue world and decided to bless it with a single seed. The seed sprouted, its roots spread, and its branches stretched as it grew into a magnificent tree. The immense tree flourished with lush foliage, and its branches yielded many buds. The buds would bloom into beautiful flowers, then wither and fade, leaving behind seeds. And these seeds would fall and sink into the deep blue to sprout life of their own, and this cycle would continue again and again. After many centuries, a mass of green floated on the surface of the blue world. That land that God loved so much was called Solvale. The people who live on that land below are Tanabito, the people of the seed, and there are many kinds. Solvale and Tanabito, the world that was once loved by God, is now falling from the favor of all the gods. All that is, except for one goddess. I sigh each time I read this book, even though I have read it many times. I always hold my breath unconsciously when I'm concentrating on something. It has always been my habit. Akane, Ruri. The noisy twins are nowhere to be seen. They usually show up quickly when I call them. Could they have gone somewhere while I was absorbed in my book? It's time. There's nothing else I can do. I will have to look for them. I hope they are not sulking. My princess. I'm going out. If you see Akane and Ruri, tell them to stay here and be good. Certainly. May I get a carriage for you? No, I feel like walking today. Yes, please be careful. Marionette bowed to me at just the perfect angle and departed. They all have the same faces, the same look. They do not have minds, they just obey their owner's command, like a doll. But I can't help getting attached to her as I spend more time with her. A row of thin red trees welcomes me after leaving the mansion, and I walk towards the road. Well, they do not seem to be here. Where could they have gone? I think of the mischief those twins could be getting into, but nobody is around for me to ask after them. I walk through the flower petals, dancing and sighing slightly. A magnificent sight as usual. The only flowers that never wither, or, to be more precise, are not allowed to wither. This tree is called the Tree of Life, and this is the foundation of this world. It holds a very special meaning for me. I murmur as I reach out toward the thin branches draping down from the tree. I feel like I'm being drawn into it.
That's not good. Do you know the saying, a beautiful flower is soon picked?
I slowly relax my shoulders as they are stroked comfortingly. Yes, I know the saying. What of it?
Beauty attracts many things, whether you like it or not. It's okay if you can make them bend to your will, but if you cannot, only ruin lies at the end.
That would be impossible.
Well, you are quite confident in yourself, aren't you?
It is not confidence, it is merely truth. This tree, these flowers, they would never harm me, and neither would I harm them, as long as I am Reine.
I have no doubt. That's my princess. Perfect answer. Wonderful, Violet.
I sigh at his delighted laughter. That's enough. Stop joking, Hubert.
It was my mischievous mind that wanted to play with you, because you were so beautiful, like a drawing.
His name is Hubert. He is a prime minister of Partidam, the first Hanabito born of the goddess. He holds the crest of the Fujihana, and has above all been supporting each reign ever since the goddess closed her eyes forever. I am no exception.
However, why are you walking alone? Where are the sweet little butterfly twins?
Well, I called them, but they did not show up.
That is unusual for them not to answer your call. They are probably sulking.
Why?
Because they will no longer have the favor of your love all to themselves.
What?
A knight from Solvale will come to offer his loyalty to you tomorrow. He will be the twins' greatest enemy, since they have been with you for a long time.
Troublesome children.
There is nothing to be done about it. The butterflies are guardians of the Kaman, or flower crest, and usually build a strong relationship with their owners. What's more, your Kaman is special, isn't it?
I am not trying to put them aside. I would never do that.
As I thought. However, you must know that things will change, Princess. After accepting the loyalty of a knight and becoming the true Reine, you will become burdened with unexpectedly heavy responsibilities. You can no longer rely on butterflies alone.
I understand. It will be all right, Hubert.
All right. I'm relieved to hear that. Well, time to chat is over. Let us move on to the main discussion.
All right.
Now you will bring back the Shicho, the 4 butterflies, who have been educating knights in Solvale. You must make a path for them. It will be the reverse of when you sent them to the land 2 years ago.
Yes. I was so worried back then, but now I believe I can do it well.
Well said. I will enjoy watching your performance.
I nod to Hubert and slowly step away from the tree. I take a deep breath and slowly close my eyes, feeling the power flow between us, pulling us closer and closer. You can say that it is natural, because this tree and I are similar, symbols of the goddess's blessing and divine spirit. The connection between the goddess and I is this sakura tree. Goddess, your mercy and your power, please let it be upon me. Be the string to connect the heaven and land. Bring back the guardians of Kaman. To the imperial land, Partidam. From the land of the north, Pivione, butterfly of the red peony, Ageha. From the land of the south, Campagnol, the butterfly of the bellflower, Uronami. From the land of the east, Chrysantheme, butterfly of the chrysanthemum, Sumabeni. From the land of the west, Violet, butterfly of the pink dianthus, Asagi. Advent Shicho. They have descended with light. It is such a relief to see these faces that I have known for a long time. The path that connected the heavens to the land for 2 years has carried them safely. Welcome back, everyone. At my order, they slowly walk towards me. Leader of the Shicho, Red Peony of the North, Ageha, I have returned. How have you been, Princess? I see you have grown more beautiful. Thank you, Ageha. I am quite well.
Shicho, bellflower of the south, Uronami. I have returned as well. 2 years went by slower than I expected. I am relieved to be back.
You haven't changed. Thank you for your work, Uronami.
Shucho, Chrysanthemum of the East. Sumabeni, back now. Long time no see, Princess. It seems that you have chosen well.
Is that so? I'm glad to hear that, Sumabeni. Shicho, Dianthus of the South, Asagi, I have returned. I haven't seen you for a long time. Glad to see you again, Princess. Same here. I was longing to see you, Asagi. I have so much to talk about, and I would love to hear everyone's stories. I could not stop smiling at the familiar faces in front of me, but it did not last. The hand placed on my shoulder brought me back to reality.
Glad to see you all. No one has changed. And Princess, you did a wonderful job.
Hubert. He patted my head. I felt embarrassed for letting myself get too excited. Because I must always be calm. That is the obligation of the Reine.
I understand there are many stories to be told, but I would like to have your reports first. I will arrange for meetings between you later. Does that please you, Princess?
Yes.
Prime Minister, you are being too serious. I was enjoying the princess's sweet smile. Don't act like a fool, Uranami. It is an insult to the princess. Don't misunderstand me, Asagi. You are my one and only. As there was not a single day that I did not think of you in these 2 years. If you do not wish to be beaten, shut your mouth, Uranami. You are normally so shy. This little violent side of you is very attractive. You...
All right, enough of that. Don't take it seriously, Asagi. He is always spouting nonsense like this. Pardon me.
I was only speaking the truth. Stop it, Uranami. Real men don't speak so much.
Yes.
Is playtime over? Let us move to the matter at hand. Pardon me, Princess, but could you please stay in the mansion until our work is done? There is a dinner party tonight. Bonwell was quite enthusiastic, so we can expect it to be grand.
I understand. See you later. Okay, and also the breaks in these episodes are probably going to be in weird spots too, because I don't know any Japanese. Well, I know a few words here and there. I know a teensy bit of Japanese, but not enough to really know what's going on. So I have no concept of where things are really going in the story. So I'm just going to be kind of guessing as I go along, and then I send the video to my translator, and then she translates, and then I get it back and I make the subtitles for her, and then I read my own version. So yeah, there's not going to be any rhyme or reason as to why and where the videos are going to break, unfortunately, because of that. So, I'm sorry that that's how the structure is going to have to be. Even worse than my other videos before. But, anyway. Well, and also, I had to be a lot more strict about the time with these. Yeah, so that's not, wasn't a whole lot of content in that first video, but you got to meet a few of the characters. And, we haven't met any of the knights yet, which are our love interests. Although Hubert here is one of the possibilities to date. So, that's one person that we got to meet that she gets to date. Everybody else we still have yet to see. Now, I am paying my translator, because I couldn't find a partner volunteer. So I had to go through a hiring agency to find someone. So it's a lot of money for me as an individual, not a corporation. So I started a Patreon account that I did vlog about before. But if you enjoy these videos and would like to see more translations, if you could just contribute, even if it's just $1 a month. I mean, if it's more, that would be great. But even if it's just $1 a month, if I had several people do that, it would help me so much for the translation costs. I haven't decided on any rewards yet, but if you could please visit my Patreon and think about perhaps helping out with the costs of these translations. And if I get enough, maybe I could find a second translator. Or actually, if you know anybody, or if any of you have the time to regularly translate, I could stand to have a second translated series. I would love to be working two translated series instead of one English and one translated series. So, you know, like I said, I'm looking for contributions and I'm looking for a second translator. So either would be great. And, well, anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that this game will just keep getting more interesting, and it'll keep your interest, and it'll be enjoyable. We'll see how this all turns out. The first couple of videos are going to be a little rough because I'm figuring out the voices, and that's always really tough in the beginning. So I'm sorry for the lack of quality in the voices in the start, but probably 2 or 3 more episodes and I'll start getting the hang of things a little. Although, as the new characters get introduced, I'll have to get used to them too. But thank you for anybody out there who's being patient with me. Thank you. So, you know, as usual, I'd also be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.